We are joined right now by Quebec's Immigration Minister, Minister of Francisation and Integration, Jean-Francois Roberge. Monsieur Roberge, thank you so much for your time this afternoon.
I'm pleased to be here.
Can I start with something before we get to the bill that was introduced in the National Assembly today? I'm sure you're familiar with what happened with this English book club that tried to rent a space in a library in Montreal, because I know the provincial government said Bill 96 should not have applied in that case. You are familiar with this story?
Yes, and I think it's a huge error. I don't think the Bill 96 apply in this case.
So the City of Montreal was wrong in its interpretation of the Charter?
Well, I disagree with this interpretation. I think it's a private book club. It's not like an official activity from the city, and we had some communication with Montreal City, and we hope for the best that this misunderstanding could be cleared.
Mm-hmm. Does this person deserve an apology, do you think, for the way the city handled this?
Well, before to go with an apology, I just want to be sure that we have the same understanding of the situation. But for now, what I can say to you, I don't think that the Bill 96 should apply on this situation.
Okay, let me move on and talk about the big story, which is this immigration bill, if you will. So you introduced it today in the National Assembly. It's to ensure, I'm reading from the outline here, that newcomers to Quebec adopt Quebec culture, values, and identity more effectively. And you go on to say, and to replace what you call a failed Canadian multicultural model with a system more aligned with what's called, or you call, interculturalism. You also said, I think, that multiculturalism is harmful to Quebec the way it stands right now. So first of all, harmful how is a multicultural model? And what's the difference between multiculturalism and interculturalism?
Well, thank you for this question. I think it's really important to start with this. Many have said it before me, and I think it's obvious, the Canadian model, multiculturalism, is not suited for Quebec. I think it's harmful for our social cohesion. And I think it's time for Quebec to finally adopt its own integration model, and it's true that I'm inspired with the interculturalism model to put some people from all around the world together. We don't want some ghettos. We want some mixity. We like diversity, but we want people from all culture to get together, to get to know each other.
Which sounds great in theory. I'm just not sure I understand how you actually go ahead and do that. People come here from different countries. They, at the beginning, even though they may already know French or are learning French, they typically would want to be with people they already know from the same country. How are you going to force them to go somewhere else?
I don't want to force them. I understand that it's normal. When you arrive somewhere, it's normal that you want to be with your own community and to search and find people that come from the same country, just like you. And I think it's normal. But the government should not encourage this. The government should put some efforts to help people go outside of their community and learn what's the culture here, what's the Quebec, what's the language here, what are the traditions. And I just want to say that this new model will help people to learn about Quebec and to be proud Quebecers.
I'm sorry, I don't how does it do that, this new model? How is it different from what exists already?
Well, with multiculturalism, the federal government said that there's no such thing like a common culture. And the government doesn't give him the role to promote the common culture, because there's no common culture in the state of mind with multiculturalism. With the new model, integration, national integration, we say, well, people coming from everywhere, of course, they're proud of their own culture, and this is okay, but we want to put some activities, we want to finance some group to pair some Quebecers with newcomers so they can know each other. And that's what we want to put in place.
So you want to promote that. You want to provide funding on that at a time when the province is running an $11 billion deficit. You've already cut French classes for immigrants already. Where's this new money coming from?
Well, I don't think it's true that we cut French lessons of French. So we will help them franchise like 80,000 people this year, and it's a new record. And we should use in a better way. We should use our money respecting this new model. We don't have to add more and more and more money. We want to implement a policy, yes, to be sure that all ministers, all organisms, our schools and CEGEP and university, they take note of that this is a new model, and so they act respectfully with this new principle. There's new guidelines.
Okay, I didn't understand. So CEGEPs, municipalities, libraries, what are you telling or asking them to do by virtue of this new bill with immigrants?
Well, when they do some activities, let's share some invitation to everyone. Think about some activities, putting some people, different people together. We want something like a melting pot, and we want to be sure that they promote our values and our cultures, and we be sure that people from all around the world, they become proud Quebecers, proud of who they are, proud of where they come, but proud of the Quebec that they choose. If they live here, it's because they choose to live here.
Okay, I'm going to guess they choose to live here already. I'm wondering again why this is any different, or how this is any different from what you're already asking immigrants to do when they come to Quebec. They have 6 months to learn French. That doesn't seem to change. So what's different in here?
Well, the difference is like I can give you an example.
Sure.
We right now we use our Quebec's money, the government's money, the taxpayers' money, to finance daycare, of course. And now some daycares with our money, they admit kids based on the ethnic or the religious background of their parents. I think this may respect the multiculturalist model, but it certainly don't respect the national integration model. We want people to mix, to be with everyone. So we don't want to finance like some ghettos or separate kids from each other because their parents are from this country or are with this religion.
You know, it seems to me as you described that, the situation at Bedford School, which I think got a lot of people very concerned, and apparently the government as well. Was this what moved you to come up with this new model?
Well, I think Bedford shows that it's necessary. But in fact, I've thought about this new model for like a year and a half. But when I've seen what happened at the Bedford School, I think it was very obvious that it's necessary to change the way that we promote our values and we promote our common culture.
How do you go ahead and enforce this, I wonder?
Well, we will do in two ways. First, we will come with the a policy that will ensure governmental coherence and respect for the principle of national integration by all ministries, organizations, schools, CEGEP, universities, and municipalities. And also, when the bill is implemented, the government will only fund activities and organizations that respect its principles.
Okay, so
like I said, with daycare.
Yeah, so to that end, let me give you an example. A cultural festival. Let's say the Filipino Association of Montreal wants to have an event. And these are for people who are from the Philippines, who are part of this association. They will now no longer be allowed to have their event unless there's French in their event?
No, it's not that. It's not that
what
simple.
Is it?
It's difficult for me because I don't know this festival. You know,
I'm giving you
those
just
kind of example.
a hypothetical
because
example.
I don't want to say something which is not right. But
No, I understand.
for a festival, I think it's important that they add something, or maybe they already have something about our common culture, our culture, Quebec's culture, or they are open to people from everywhere, not for only one community. But of course, they can do what they want. It's a free country. But if the government want to, if they want some public money, they should respect the principle of this new model.
And if they don't want public money, want to have their own festival, then what? Does it change?
No, of course. We are not. We're not. I don't know. We don't want to people to not to be free. It's a free country.
So, if I can, by extension, let's say we want to have a Canada Day parade in Montreal next year, and we want the Quebec government to provide some funding for that parade. And the parade, even though it's for Canada, would have a French element to it. Would the government consider funding something like that?
Well, I think it's the duty of Canada to finance a Canadian parade for this the 1st of July, and it's always been like that.
Mm-hmm. Not Quebec, not provincially.
I don't think that we found those parties, those events. I think it's the Canadian government that does it, but I can't look.
Okay. All right, look, I will leave it at that because we're out of time, and I do appreciate your time. I hope we can talk about this some more. When does this happen? When does this kick in? When does this change?
Well, I just present the new bill today. We'll have to hear some groups, hear some experts, and take note of what they say. We will improve our bill, of course. We will discuss it, and I hope that we will implement this in spring. But it doesn't depend just on me. We will have some discussion with all MNAs at the Assembly.
Okay, just one last question. I'm sorry, I lied. Are you worried at all? Be honest if you can. Now, when I ask the question, are you not worried, or is it maybe part of the consideration that in passing this new bill, this integration bill, that some people who might have wanted to come to Quebec, even skilled workers, will not be coming to Quebec?
Well, I hope that people who want to come here in Quebec, they know about Quebec and they respect our value. Of course, if they want to come here, they don't think they think racist is okay. They think sexist is okay. We have a huge problem. Don't you think?
But they never thought that to begin with. We already know male, female. We respect each other's rights. That's part of the democracy we live in. That's not unique to Quebec.
Well, it's important for us, and just like we've seen at Bedford School, I don't think it's obvious for everyone because I've read that teachers had some sexist belief and sexist move. They separated boys from girls. So I think we have to be pretty clear about those on something is not set for discussion. It's you take it or you leave it here. We are democratic and we believe that men are equal to women.
Minister, je vous remercie. I thank you. I appreciate the time and I hope we can speak again. Thank you so much.
Okay, goodbye.